it was sort of snowballed into a much more broader Fisheries Reform Act rather than dealing specifically with the crab industry.
It sure was.
Yeah.
And do you think that was a mistake? To have management plans for these other species and advisory?
As it turns out, it was, yes.
Why?
I think it was because it was it looked great on paper, but it was just impossible to accomplish given the restrictions of the staff and the burnout factors of the people that were involved from an advisory capacity, and a division that was very reluctant to accept any advice. So we were operating under the assumption, more or less in a bubble, that we could enact change without addressing the fundamental problems, which are water quality and habitat within our ecosystem, that's limiting everything that we do. We just ignore that fact because we can't influence it. And yet that's the overriding factor that is holding us back from being able to build an industry.
Do you think that is the greatest shortcoming of the Fisheries Reform Act, is not really addressing the habitat and water quality issues?
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Yeah. The Marine Fisheries Commission has two hands tied behind its back, as does the division. They can comment on different permitting decisions, but they can't really influence it one way or the other. Even the recently adopted CHIP program is really a watered down effort, as has the Albemarle Pamlico Estuarine study, and every initiative that's come along has run into this insurmountable political force that is not interested in ensuring that we can drink the water that comes from these sounds, or that we can eat the fish that comes from, or we can swim in them without getting rashes. Just three basic things.
Yeah.
And they won't even do that. So we continue to use the rivers and creeks and as waste streams, and we can't have an industry with trying to operate out of a cesspool, and that's what we got right now.